So, we are currently playing on the public beta branch of the game. So keep that in mind. This is not what is currently live, and it might also not be what's coming to live on July 16th. There might still be some changes ahead of us. Hi JJDRKB8. Welcome to the stream. You know what I'm talking about, Rossum. So, let's jump into the daily challenge on the public beta branch, which is different from the one on the uh, release branch. But there are currently no new mutators in effect, but we still get to experience the balance changes that have been made to the clans, especially melting Remnant. So, our clans today are Stygian Guard, Melting Remnant. We have Magic Hand, cards are not discarded at the end of turn, which is very nice for these two clans. We will have the we can make better use of offering cards, of firebound cards, and it's also easier to use spell weakness because we can just keep a high damage spell in hand. And for Melting Remnant, it's easier to use Burnout and Reform because these are very timing sensitive and sometimes you don't want to do it too early. Magic Hand allows you to manipulate that a bit easier. Tithe, half gold earned, and 2 for 1 each time you draft a card, gain a second copy. These two modifiers make me think that we can't really rely too much on upgrading our cards. We get half the gold but double the cards to upgrade. So yeah, only very few of our cards will actually be upgraded by the end of this. Let's look how many people played this challenge. It looks like there are exactly 100 entries so far, and the top scores are the 44K realm. Let me disable the webcam real quick so you can see it. So here these top scores are 45,000 around there, which is achievable by just getting a decent amount of gold and doing the uh, doing the trials and bottom floor kills every fight. Yeah, I think it's legit. I don't expect anyone to cheat on the public beta realm. That I think wouldn't make much sense, but yeah. So let's jump into the game and see what our starting cards are and who our final boss is gonna be. So we have Helical Crystallis, Entombed Explosive and Crystalline Seeds. And our end boss is gonna be Spell Consume Seraph. These cards look pretty solid to start out. We have 250 damage to the frontline cards, which is very nice and should make the first fights pretty easy. Yeah, I think Consume Seraph should be pretty doable with these mutators. Guild Marker is interesting, that would make up for Tithe to some degree. Health Banners is also interesting because we do have a lot of units and we can very often manipulate our units in a way that Health Banners triggers on the right turns, so we can make more use of our magic hand. I rarely turn down a guild marker this early though, and that's for a good reason, because if you pick this up very early, that's a lot of value. but I think I prefer the health banners here. Hi Momsilo, no, this is not an expert challenge, this is the daily challenge on the public beta. Okay, so we do have a nice chunk of frontline damage output, but not that much to deal with bosses or with backliners. Frostbite Tethys deals with bosses very well, while Spell Weakness Tethys deals with backliners very well. Yes, I will do an expert challenge after the daily run. I think if we want to optimize for score, we want to go with Frostbite Tethys, just so we have the damage to kill bosses on the bottom floor. While with Spell Weakness, we might have the damage to kill bosses very easily, but it will be only a turn after. Yeah, usually I do the daily challenge, then Spikes 3 is very painful for Tethys, but we can just keep Tethys in hand until the boss arrives. I usually do the daily challenge, then after that I do a Covenant 25 run, and depending how that goes, I might do another one, or I might do a Hell Rush or something like that. Let's actually play a Train Steward here on that floor, so we can more easily be prepared for a Collector. Let's trigger the health banners this turn. Ah, this guy has Slay, so yeah. And this should be an easier win against the boss on the bottom floor. Especially considering the extra 100 damage from these guys. Can almost kill him with spells alone. Okay, that was a very successful first fight. Offering tokens, Titan's Gratitudes, or Flash Freezes are the options here. Offering tokens helps us get rid of cards in hand we don't want to have there for whatever reason, which can sometimes be useful, but with the health banners I'd rather have something that's a bit more impactful. Offering token would help with getting offering cards more reliably. Flash freeze I think is just good here because it allows us to take out backlines. So I think we'll go with flash freeze here because we currently don't have anything that targets backlines. Dripfall with Dazed is very interesting. I think I like it here. It's a source of Daze which can help with boss fights, and it's some flexibility with the descent. Allows us to potentially overstack a floor for the cost of the unit we descend being stunned, dazed for a turn. I don't think we want to go unit upgrades right away. I'd rather have a Stygian unit here. Nameless Siren. That seems very strong with the patch changes, with the additional rage gain. Let's go for that one. We could double stack something here, but I think we don't really want to do that right now. I think it's better to go for the cheaper upgrades first. Let's upgrade one of the helicals to do a bit more damage, and Let's also cost reduce it. I'm not gonna reroll here because I have almost no gold. And I also don't want to buy a perch for a similar reason here. Mark of Invasion. In fact, I don't think perches are as important in this run because we will be drafting a lot more cards than usual thanks to the 2-for-1 modifier, so the basic cards will be diluted quite a bit. I wanna avoid taking damage here, even though that might cost me a bottom floor kill. If I wanna get the kill here, it has to be Tethys Drag. Otherwise we will take damage to these guys. And Siren of the Sea can go down here on the bottom. Maybe with 2 Sirens of the Sea and something else we can make the bottom floor work. Too bad these guys are all dealing 3 damage. It's a really unfortunate number in this situation. Because we have drags to block. We could play I do want that collector. And this is the easiest way to get it. Which might make the boss fight a lot more difficult. We'll have to see. I keep the other drag in hand in case I wanna have the Hellspanner trigger. This helped a lot. Let's use the crystalline seeds to kill the backline here. And let's... We might have 2 Dripfalls in the next hand. Which is gonna help with the damage. Against the boss, specifically. But this boss has spikes, so we are limited in the amount of damage we can do just by that. Which is a bit of a problem. Let's at least remove some of the spikes. Double daze the boss. And we can kill here. Okay, not a bottom floor kill, but still pretty good. Crypt Builder and Ice Tornado. I think I would prefer Crypt Builder here, because Offering is definitely something I am considering for this deck. Molten Encasement, Entombed Explosive, Purifying Cleanse. Molten Encasement is pretty well defensively. It's pretty helpful, but we might not want to go that route. I don't think Stygian is weak. It might have gotten nerfed the most of all clans, but I still think it's gonna be pretty powerful. Most of the cards that were nerfed were very, very powerful before, so the nerfs weren't that significant in my opinion. Exploding Candle is very nice, but so is Totem Fragment. I think I prefer Exploding Candle. Totem Fragment will only affect the top floor, and most of the time we want to try to set up lower. There's Dante. Can we make Dante work in this deck? Not really, but his relic would be pretty useful. However, Magic Hand plus the candles is very dangerous because we have to play the candles. They won't discard themselves at the end of turn. And we are limited in what we can upgrade. No. Yeah, health banners can be helpful, sure. But I also think Dante is pretty hard to make work in this deck. The artifact he comes with would be amazing, definitely, but I still think it doesn't quite work out. We can play everything here, which means we can clear out most of these enemies. But maybe I do want that train steward to die. So we don't really want to clear out all these enemies. Crypt Builder, Frozen Lands and Helical Crystallis on the bottom floor takes care of all of these. But I just realized I lack the Ember to do that. For some reason I was thinking of Crypt Builder being a 2 cost. No, in fact I was thinking, I was forgetting the Crane Steward costs Ember. Can't do that. Whoops. I will repeat the same setup here and not use any of the information I've gained from the last fight, last try. I think we have to block with the Train Steward here. That will still kill the Siren, it's double explosives. Ah. Yeah, we should definitely keep that. I should have kept the Flash Freeze to deal with the explosives. That was stupid not to do. Oh well, maybe I don't need both the Sirens. This time around I am gonna keep a Flash Freeze for an explosive. Oh, the drag in the front will die and trigger the exploding candle. I don't need to deal with these guys. Can even get some nice damage on Daedalus in. We will have another drag to deal with an explosive next turn, so let's apply the frostbite now. This will kill the bomb, so that's pretty good. Let's throw out the Crypt Builder here. And I also wanna use the Crystalline Seeds to get more damage on Daedalus right now, so we have an easier time killing him this turn. Okay, just a bottom floor kill, but still pretty good. Deep Offering, Spike of the Stygian, Sacrificial Resurrection. I wouldn't mind a Sacres. Spike of the Stygian is pretty potent now, especially with Hell's Banners. I kind of like the Spike, especially because we will always have it in the hand we want it in. Well, not literally always. Icy Silo Fight, Lady of the Reformed Titan Sentry. Icy Silo Fight could help us deal big damage against bosses, but that's not very reliable. I think I want some form of tank with the Titan Sentry here. And I think we want more draw. We do have a decent chunk of Ember with the banners. It's hard to turn out free removals in Tithe challenges. Yeah, I think we go for the free removals and the dupe. The train stewards are actually not that bad because of the banners. Let's remove some frozen lances instead. And I think I want to dupe the crystalline seeds. Maybe not though. Maybe another spike of the Stygian. That might be a bit too many spikes. But I still want to try. Spell cost reduction. That is pretty juicy. But I think I want to go with more frostbite to have more boss damage mostly. The cost reduction would help with the normal waves. And it would make our sirens a bit more powerful, but we will often be able to play the cards we draw over time anyways. Crystalline Seeds here on the top takes care of that floor. We can set up on the middle floor. Train Steward Tethys and Nameless Siren here. And then we helical to get rid of these guys and keep the spike in hand, I would say. There's a lot of options here. I think I do like the Titan Sentry in front of the Siren. Then I'm gonna play the other Siren on the top to kill the Collector and deal with stragglers. And I think this guy might be worth a spike. I will also use a drag on the bottom floor to kill the Quill-marked man. This guy will die now, thanks to the frostbite we applied. And I guess we just apply a bunch of frostbite here. Spike is not necessary, that's just overkill. And another Titan Sentry here on the bottom floor. And I think I want to play out a few more cards. So a drag behind you. Maybe an Entombed Explosive to get some extra damage against this guy. And then we will draw into a full hand next turn. I think this guy is definitely worth a spike. Let's also add these cards. Maybe we don't need a spike here. Yeah, that's more than enough already. Okay. This hand is actually pretty good. I don't really want to play most of these cards. I do want to play maybe one Train Steward. There's no more units in the deck. Yeah, let's play one Train Steward. I could also Dripfall both the Nameless Siren and Tethys, and that would actually be pretty decent. They will be dazed this turn, but that doesn't matter. This should guarantee us a bottom floor kill. We do not have place for 2 more Train Stewards, so... But we do have the kill already. Urchin Spines, Deep Offering, Unnamed Tome. Urchin Spines can be nice. Deep Offerings aren't bad. They work with the Crypt Builder as well. But maybe that's a bit too much draw. Maybe not. Resin removal, engulfed in smoke, and crushing demise. I wouldn't mind engulfed in smoke here. But those are very expensive. I still think I take them. Because we don't have much damage reduction right now. And it's a good way to reduce the incoming damage. Once again, I will go for the removals. I might or might not buy a trinket here. Votive Key is actually kind of interesting with the explosives and the Titan sentries. Rules of Containment, probably not. Honestly, Votive Key is pretty good in this deck. With the Hell's Banners, the Exploding Candle. I do want to try it out. I think this is the first time I ever bought a Votive Key. That means the Train Stewards are now much less important, because we will have endless units to abuse the Hell's Banners with. And we don't really want the Train Stewards to be endless. The old Votive Key was all Waxer units have endless, and that included the drags, so it was very hard to make use of it. Spell Shield 2 is actually very scary. But we do have endless exploding tombs now, which does significantly reduce the threat some of these units pose. I think I want the Titan Sentry to be endless, because if we set up here on the bottom floor, he's very likely to die. Having this guy in the back is a little bit more damage against the overcharge tank. I do want to keep the explosive in hand just so I can make it endless. And the Nameless Siren in the back will take care of the Collector. And we can even hit the Crypt Builder here. Another endless explosive, I think. Let's also play out a drag to trigger, or maybe a train steward actually. Train steward on the top. Um, this guy will be a bit of a pain to deal with. Let's put some frostbite on him. And I do want to keep one of these drags around, but not both of them. So let's play one of them out. We won't draw our full draw, but we will have a full hand, and that's what counts. Explosive here. Oh, it doesn't die. Right. This guy will take a lot of frostbite damage though, so that's something at least. Shark dies, but it has endless, so that's okay. Extra frostbite here. I do want to play another unit, which will be this drag. And then we can... Do we have another spike in the deck? I don't think so. I think... No, we do. There's one more spike in the deck. Okay. So we can use this one for a bunch of frostbite on that guy. This guy is now able to attack, so he can kill the explosive. Next turn we can play the Entombed Explosive plus another unit like this drag to fuel a giant spike. So let's get some stealth out this turn. Actually... I can always do that with the train steward instead. So, and I do want to play another Ingolf, so we have more stealth. Oh, that's not enough? Holy shit. That surprises me. Should have played Flash Freeze first, that would have been a bit more frostbite. But yeah, it counters the stealth, I guess. The stealth and the zap don't work very well together. Yeah, it's true. Guardian's Amulet, Cuttle Hex, Mollusk Mage. Okay. Oh, Memories of the Melted. Yeah, I really like that. We will have turns where we need giant amounts of Ember. Free Relic, free removal. I think I would prefer the free removals. Not by much though, but I still think the free removals and the upgrade shop is a better combination. Holdover, that's gonna be pretty powerful. We could make a 1-cost holdover engulfed in smoke. But we do have sap for bosses, so we don't really need that one. It's a bit annoying. I have so many different defensive mechanics that all work really badly with one another. Holdover is not great in this deck. Not amazing. I think the best we could do would be a holdover engulfed in smoke. Which makes a few of our other cards a lot less interesting. Maybe we want to hold over Dripfall instead and really start overstacking floors. Kind of like that. 3 roll. Consume removal? No. Or maybe on Memories of the Melted? Not sure. Probably not. Could make really big spikes. I mean, we do have magic hands, so we can guarantee the Memories of the Melted hitting the spikes, but the consume removal, I won't lose too many units with all this defense. But I do have units that are specifically for dying, and they do have endless, so we will get decently sized Memories of the Melted. Let's just cost reduce one of the engulfed. And leave. I don't think we need to cast those spikes too many, those memories too many times. Especially because we can't really make use of them early on. This might be a mistake. Playing these on the bottom floor. Especially with no spells to follow up. Okay, we do have Titan Sentry to take care of this floor, which is very helpful. I should have played the Deep Offering there. And the Endless... I put the Endless Siren in the back. That's a stupid mistake. This one actually won't die, huh? Let's just... let's consume the cheaper one and then play a Deep Offering here to get the Guardian's amulets out. But that's gonna be enough for now. I really misplayed this fight badly. I think I just want to restart that. There's no real reason to set up the sirens on the bottom floor. Glad I can serve their purpose, Rossum. Phew. I think what we should do instead is setting up on the second floor for now. After all, we do have the drip falls as well. And ideally these... I'm not sure if having the Endless on Tethys is a good idea. It's probably not. If we play the Deep Offering, we will discard 2 Guardian's Amulets that will that will kill everyone here on this floor. Can play another unit to play another card. Probably should do that. Get the Frostbite out as well. This is still enough to kill the backliners. I think it might be time to overstack the bottom floor. Memories is now 2 Ember. Will be 3 soon, but Memories will not grow that quickly in this deck. I think I do want to Flash Freeze and play the Entombed Explosive here. Also play out the Helical. I did keep the Shark so I can play it this turn. 5 Ember now. Might be worth going for the Spike now. Don't really like those engulfed in smokes very much anymore. Let's use an explosive here. Get some extra Ember. Strip fall the other Siren as well. Crypt Builder, Flash Freeze. This guy will die and I won't have room to replay him here on the bottom floor, which is a bit annoying. Let's save him. I do not have 2 units this turn to play. I do want to Dripfall Tethys away. Helical to kill both of these. Let's play the Memories, these two, and finish this off with a Spike. For another 30 Frostbite. And we should have the kill here. Yeah, easily. These spikes are decent boss killers, but other than that, not very useful, sadly. Ancient Synergy, Harness the Titan, Sacrificial Resurrection. Do I want the Sacrificial Resurrection? I think I want an Ancient Synergy. It's very good with 2 for 1. And at this point it might as well be Ember. I don't think I really need more draw, and I don't think I really need more capacity. But our spells are very expensive. Free removals, unit upgrades. I wouldn't mind some unit upgrades, but we have so many units to upgrade. Still, having one of these Nameless Sirens a bit stronger would help. Or maybe one of these Titan Sentries can be a bit more tanky. The Quick is not really doing all that much. Awoken, Stygian or Umbra consumable card. I wouldn't mind a Space Prism. No, it doesn't look like I will need a flying kill. Prismal Dust. Could be a lot of damage shield, but we don't really need that. It doesn't really work well with the deck. Spikes would be okay. Regen isn't terrible. But it also doesn't work with the other defensive measures we have. We have no problems killing bosses whatsoever. Let's take sweep. Heaven Seal. This is a bit scary with this deck. It's very scary. But we do have a few amazing tools to deal with it. Titan Sentry won't be enough on its own. So we have to play Tethys as well. Let's do a Deep Offering. I don't really want these cards right now. It's gonna be pretty good. Let's also set up a Siren. This deck is very clearly about getting the right amount of damage at the right time. It's not scaling insanely well, but it's still scaling just enough. Very interesting. Let's start the overstacking. The Shark is not in the ideal position, of course, but it will still be able to protect the Siren here. I think it's Flash Freeze followed by Deep Offering. It's not gonna be enough to kill this Gilded Wing, which has me worried because of the Heaven Seal. At least we have spell weakness now. So a single Helical will do the job. And we can use Ancient Synergy here on the bottom floor. Ripfall just to gain the Incant triggers. And also make space in hand. How do we kill this Gilded Wing? Seems difficult. Let's play the Engulfed in Smoke to keep our units healthy. Maybe we just don't kill the Gilded Wing yet. I mean, that seems kind of reasonable. Do have an easy kill here, after all. Do we have another unit in the deck? We will have another unit, and it's the Improved Explosive that just gets killed now. Not that we really need the huge spike, but I kinda wanna do it anyways. Yeah, if I can't deal with an enemy, I can always just drip fall them over and over again. Glacial Seal. I don't think that's good enough. Ice Storm, Preserve. I mean, we could take the Glacial Seal and just descend it as well. It's 2 cost, but It's oftentimes not gonna be a problem because we will have a lot of Ember. We have 7 Ember a turn to spend. Preserve looks good, yeah. It's very necessary with the magic hand. I don't think it's Ice Storm. Let's take the Glacial Seal. Wicker Blaze, Sacred Wicks, Mortal Entrapment. Don't really like Mortal Entrapment. Sacred Wicks. Some reform would be good. Maybe even a Wicker Blaze. Yeah, let's take a Sacred Wicks. They stacking together with Ripfall. Another thing that doesn't mix with Zap and Stealth. That's very true. Let's get some more free removals. Look at the relics first. Nope. Whew, that's a lot of dazed. If we needed any more defensive measures, this would be the pick right here. But we don't. Not really. Large stone? I think that might be good. Let's reroll. Ah, multi-strike would have been so nice. Let's just keep the gold. I don't think I need any more upgrades or relics. And we can remove the final frozen lands. As well as the second Titan Sentry. That's really not necessary. And onwards to the boss. Yeah, Frostbite will still kill the boss for sure. I'm just a bit worried about some of these non-boss enemies. This is a good start. I think I'm fine with consuming the Flash Wraith here. So I can play the Ancient Synergy so we can clear this floor. There's our big Siren. No trigger Fell's Banners this turn. Kinda like a Crypt Builder here. Maybe it's just engulfed in smoke instead. Preserve the health of the Titan Sentry. I could see me using a Deep Offering to kill this Gilded Wing. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's play the Glacial Seal here. Oh, it doesn't have stealth. That's a problem. Oops. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, that's maybe a good idea. Keeping those here and using incants on that floor. I think this is a deep offering now. Can we save this seal? We can't. Well, that was a stupid mistake, but I think I can do this better. I don't want to lose my glacial seal that easily. Maybe I should even have the sirens on the top floor, to be honest. No, I can't descend from descend to the top floor. So this was correct. And I think the stealth is correct as well. But the glacial seal has to go on the top. So we can dripfall it. Yes, I consumed the dripfall, but we have a whole lower one in the deck anyways. Think this is a case for Entombed Explosive. We do want some units to start dying anyways, so we can buff up the memories. I think the bottom floor very much wants to stay stealthy, but I don't want to consume their card, so let's start with something else. Maybe a flash freeze. Could just throw a flash freeze on Seraph. Or we could... that's not gonna be enough. Or is it? Damn frostbite, that's another 18 damage. Not quite enough. Okay. I guess we nuke you with a helical and play an ancient synergy on the bottom floor. Okay, that's fine. She didn't go to the second floor. That's okay. These entombed explosives are actually quite valuable here on the bottom floor. We do want some units to die very soon. Could just throw out my first spike here. I don't hate that. His Gilded Wing though. Well, it's not a problem. We can very easily remove them on the top floor. With a simple explosive. Let's play out the Vengeful Shard. And throw out the Helical so we can get some damage in against Seraph. Oh, I consumed the holdover Driftball. Whoops. But I think that's okay. And maybe not. We can also use this to get these two back so we can have more units dying. Might be time for another deep offering. But I hate losing the memories right now. We have another one in the deck though. But the chance that we draw into a spike is really big, so let's play the memories first and then deep offering. There's a spike. Six, 60 frostbite, 12 sep, good amount. No spike in this hand, but we do have the kill. So, no kill like overkill, right? Bottom floor kill at least. I think this is a pretty good score. It's definitely enough for second place. It might even be enough for first place. We lost some points on this fight because we managed to only get a second floor kill. A bit unexpected. I was assuming we would have enough there to get the kill on the bottom floor, but... And on this fight, I don't think the bottom floor kill was really possible at all. And yes, by 65 points we managed to snatch victory from Arzakon. Let's take a look at what he played. Very similar choice of spells. He did take the offering token, which in the end would have been a great card to have with Crypt Builders and the amulets. He went for Cold Celias with additional damage instead of, and Paraffin Thugs to generate more gold. And he spent his gold on the final floor, so if he kept just 100 gold, he would have beaten us. He did get consistent bottom floor kills, except for this fight. Big Frostbite deck, but he didn't find the Frostbite multiplier either, so... He found Flicker's Liquor though. was also quite interesting. Would have been pretty strong for us too.